Hey, in this video, we're going to talk about disclosures as Amazon influencers, influencers in general, and affiliate marketing, because there has been a lot of discussion within the communities about when you're supposed to, when you shouldn't be, how you're supposed to, where you're supposed to, and all that good stuff. So that's what we're going to dive into for this video. There is also going to be a resource list for you as well that will cover all of the Amazon links, FTC links, all that good stuff, so you have a resource to be able to find everything that I'm talking about. As influencers, doesn't matter whether you're on Amazon or in general just have a large following and doing endorsements or sponsorships or advertisements, anything like that, all of this still applies no matter what aspect it is in. If you're doing affiliate marketing, still applies. An endorsement of a product of any type, anything like that, a relationship between you and a brand has to be disclosed. So let's dive into this. When it comes to Amazon, they have their own specific policy on what you're supposed to say and when. However, they only tell you their policy. They are not telling you what you have to do by law. That is your responsibility as an influencer, as an affiliate marketer, as a business person. Whether you have a business or not, you as a content creator endorsing products and stuff like that requires you know the law for everywhere you're putting your content. You heard that right. Everywhere you put your content. So, as Amazon influencers, if you have a storefront in the US, you have to know the federal laws that cover your endorsements. In certain states, like California, you have different state laws that you have to know as well. So that's where things come into play for everybody, because there's so many different conversations within the groups that everybody's getting confused on what they're actually supposed to know. You, as an Amazon influencer, are required to know and follow all Amazon policies and operating agreement, which means you are also required to not only do their disclosure, but you are also supposed to know any federal law disclosures you're supposed to do, as well as any state laws that you're supposed to be meeting as well. So that's three different aspects you're supposed to know alone. If you're somebody who has a Canada storefront or a UK storefront, you have to know the laws in that country as well, requiring you to make your disclosures for endorsement there. For an example only, we'll say in Canada, you're responsible to know Canadian federal laws when it comes to the policies for endorsing products, where you're supposed to endorse them, all that good stuff. But they could also have another thing in there, uh, for instance, that if you're going to do whatever in English, that you also have to do it in French. Because in Canada they have the two different official languages. So you could be required to do an endorsement for a product, but it has to be in both languages. Now, are you doing something like that? Probably not. How about over in the UK? You have to know their requirements for endorsement. Now, of course, they speak English like we speak English, but it's still technically two different English languages. You know, we have our way of spelling and they have their way of spelling. So you could have a issue there, but not likely. But it's still a good example. How about the other aspect of over in Europe? For Germany, for France, uh, Japan, Australia, any of the other countries. When you do the other countries, you have to know their laws as well as ours in order to properly do your disclosures. Now, when are you supposed to do your disclosure? Where are you supposed to do your disclosure? That's where things seem to be an issue with a lot of people within the community. No matter what platform you're on, you have to have your Amazon required disclosure that states that it is an affiliate link and you are an Amazon associate and you earn from that purchase through that link. Where is it required to be? Everywhere. If you're posting on social media, it has to be on that page at some point. So, one way that I went around doing this is I put my disclosure in my header picture so that it is always visible at the top of my Facebook page. Then, every single time that I post a video or a picture, the disclosure is right there with the link. Because you can't just say affiliate link. You can't just say hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored. That only works for certain instances. You are to be making your full disclosure at every available opportunity. Which means, for an example, you post a picture on social media. It doesn't have to have hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored directly in the photo. In my opinion, you can do it that way, but it takes away from the photo, in my opinion. So when you do your post and you finish your post and you have your hashtags at the bottom, put hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored. As long as it's there, you're good to go. When you post your link, it should say your Amazon disclosure as it's required, because when you do that, you have enough room to put your disclosure in, and that is required by law. Many people will tell you, oh, just put hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored next to your link and call it good. No, 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 no. By federal law, if you have enough space to add that disclosure in full detail, you are required by federal law to add that full disclosure in. You cannot take a shortcut and just put hashtag ad. This means, for an example, if you're posting on Facebook, for instance, you're posting a picture and that's all you're posting is just the picture. You can put hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored within the picture if you really want to, but in my opinion that takes away from the picture. But when you're actually doing the post, in the body of the post you can put hashtag ad, hashtag sponsored, with a description of the picture or whatever you're going to put in that post, if anything. As long as it has that there, it's good. But when you put your link in, that must have the disclosure, whether you're putting it in the body of the post or whether it's going in the comment. In your videos, you are required by federal law to have your disclosure in two aspects. By federal law, you are required by two aspects to have your disclosure. One audibly and one visually, which means you must have your disclosure on a screen for the customer to view. Even if it's small print, it still must be there. and then you must also state what that disclaimer says. Now, how quickly you do it, that's entirely up to you, but it is required by federal law to be there. As you will see here, I will show you an example of one of mine. That way you have an idea of what it really should look like. Disclaimer: this product was provided for free from the brand in exchange for promotion. This does not in any way change my opinion of the product. Now, here's another good example is my website. You could see here in this picture that at the top of my website is my disclosure, as well as in the footer. This way, no matter what, I am completely covered on my website, because whether I remember to add the disclosure right to the link or not, right underneath it, it's said at the top and at the bottom. Some of them you'll notice that I might have the link there and I have affiliate link next to it. Or, for an example, here is one of the blog articles where I did a picture, and rather than putting the affiliate link or hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored in the picture itself, it is put in the caption for the website, so it's overlaid onto the picture rather than being embedded into the picture. This way my website's covered, so if you click on that picture, it takes you to that product, and that way not only are you getting the Amazon disclosure at the top of the page, the bottom of the page, you're getting that overlay on the picture itself to show that you are disclosing that that picture is a link to the product. Now, when are you supposed to disclose whether or not it's an endorsement? If you receive a free product from a brand, you have to disclose that you received a free product from that brand in exchange for a promotion. If you buy a product yourself outright from a brand, they didn't ask you to buy it, you bought it yourself, and then you turn around and you make a video on it, you don't technically have to disclose that you purchased that product and are doing a product review. It wasn't given to you by that brand. You don't have a relationship with them in that sense. Now, we'll say, for an example, you work with Logie. Logie matches you with a product. That product was given to you for free in exchange for promotion, so you have to disclose that. Now, we'll say that maybe that brand has other products that you want to purchase to promote, okay? In that aspect, you still have to disclose. Why? This is going to be confusing to some people. That's why we're discussing this. Because you purchase the products with the intention of promoting them and already have a relationship with that brand, you are technically required to disclose that relationship with the brand, even though you bought the product yourself. However, we'll say, even though you have had a relationship with this brand because of Logie matching you with the product, we'll say you no longer are promoting that brand, but you bought something else and you're no longer, that brand's no longer on Logie, for instance. Well, now you no longer have a long-standing relationship with that brand, so you don't have to give a disclosure that you're promoting that brand. For an example, just for a quick example, this is a GoPro 13, okay? I have no official relationship with GoPro, but by promoting this product, by saying it's a good product, that is an endorsement. And in which case, if you're going to go through and promote things in that aspect, then the FTC would prefer you to err on the side of caution and to disclose. Simply because non subscribers or non followers or the general public who may not be a frequent viewer of yours may not understand that you're promoting that product and may earn from it. So rather than you making money off of them not understanding that you've had a previous relationship or that it's an affiliate link, they want you to do that extra disclosure so customers are just aware. Because then they can't come back at you later and go, well, I didn't know that they were promoting that product because they were getting paid. That means that they were only promoting it because they got paid. And that's not necessarily the case. Because I'll tell you right now, if this product sucks, I'm going to tell you this product sucks. I don't care about the brand. What I care about is being able to make money. And if that means I'm going to tell you the truth about this product and you don't buy this one, but you buy a different one because I told you it was better, do you think it matters to me which brand you buy? No. Because whether GoPro is better than DJI or DJI is better than GoPro or Insta360 is better than DJI or GoPro makes no difference to me. The difference is that I'm making money. And if I tell you the truth about what I think of a product, for instance, being honest and truthful is going to get you more earnings than going, oh yeah, this product right here is just the fucking best because, well, it's got 5K camera, it's got a built-in microphone, it's got in all these built-in features, and oh hey, yeah, check that out. That's a macro lens that's replaceable on a GoPro. You know, doing stuff like that and giving nothing but good details and making it out to seem like it's the perfect thing is going to really lose you customers because yeah, it's a good product, but there's flaws. Every product has some kind of a flaw. There's always pros and cons to everything. And if you only talk about the pros of a product, are you really helping your customer? And that's what the FTC is trying to get at with the whole disclosures and being honest as marketers and advertisers, because that's what we are, whether you think about it or not. You are by providing content to Amazon, by promoting these products for the brands, you are in fact a marketer. You are an advertiser. You are a content creator doing marketing on behalf of another company. And in doing so, you have a lot of different things that you are required to know and do by state and federal law, as well as international law, because of the ability for your customers to click on that link from anywhere in the world. So you really have to know and understand the different aspects of the things that you're getting yourself into. It's not just willy-nilly, here, I can hurry up and just do this and make money. No, 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 no. You don't want to go about it that way. There are other people in this community, in these groups, that can tell you right now we have witnessed a crap ton of people get kicked out of the program because they fail to know these simple little things. They're going to tell you it's not our fault you didn't follow the rules. It's not our fault that you didn't know what you were required. They tell you and even reference things that you are supposed to know so you can go read them or watch them and get the information you need so you don't have to worry about losing money from them, having your account closed by them, being banned from the platform entirely, including as a customer, or the potential for being sued, or the potential of being criminally charged by the FTC, or the FCC, or any other agency for non-compliance of policies. You are required to know them, and if you don't, you could face some serious consequences for them. Alright, now, quickly, I want to give you a few examples direct from the FTC so you have a little bit more of an idea yourself as well. These are going to be linked in the resource document that I have created for you for the Excel sheet for the FTC. There are two of them. One is directly to a set of guides that you can download. The other is commonly asked questions, and they go through the different scenarios for when and when not to disclose. Frequently asked questions. When does the FTC Act apply to product recommendations? I am a blogger. I heard that every time I mention a product on my blog, I have to say whether I got it for free or paid for it myself. Is that true? No. If you mention a product you paid for yourself, there isn't an issue. Nor is it an issue if you get the product for free because a store is giving out free samples to its customers. In those situations, your recommendation isn't a commercial practice governed by the FTC Act. The FTC Act applies to product recommendations and other endorsements made on behalf of a sponsoring advertiser. For example, your product recommendation could be covered by the FTC Act if an advertiser or someone working for an advertiser pays you or gives you something of value to have you mention that product. If you receive the free products or other perks with the expectation that you'll promote or discuss the advertiser's product in your blog, the FTC Act applies to you. Bloggers who are part of the network marketing programs, when they sign up to receive free product samples in exchange for writing about them, also are subject to the FTC Act, which means anytime you are given a product for free by a brand, you must disclose it. Unless you bought it yourself or received it as a free sample as a general customer. But, as you will hear in a moment, even as a general customer, it is still better to err on the side of caution and do a disclosure anyway, because you are giving an endorsement for a free product. Even as a customer, you go into the local grocery store and they're doing the free sample days. So you've got, we'll say, the little uh, mini weenies for cocktail weenies for like football tailgating. You get one of them for free. You like it. You turn around, you make an article about trying that and liking it. Though you're not per se in the aspect of being a customer required, the instant that you go to write that article and then go and promote it, endorse it, then you technically should be disclosing that it is a promotion. Okay, next question. What if I upload a video to YouTube that shows me endorsing several products? Should I disclose that I got them from an advertiser? Yes. The guidance on when to make disclosures is the same no matter what format your review takes, or where it appears. What if all I get from a company is a $1 off coupon, or an entry into a sweepstakes, or a contest, or a product worth only a few dollars? Does that require me to disclose? The answer depends on whether knowing about the gift or incentive would affect the weight or credibility of your readers to give your recommendation. If it could, you should disclose it. For example, if your endorsement of a product allows you to enter a sweepstakes to win $1,000, it could very well affect how people view that endorsement. See the Q&A below in the section entitled Social Media Contests. Determining whether a small gift would affect the weight or credibility of an endorsement can be difficult. It's also safe to disclose that information. Also, even if getting one small item for free wouldn't affect the weight and credibility of your endorsement, continually getting free stuff from one or more advertisers could suggest that you expect future benefits from positive reviews. If you have a relationship with an advertiser that sends you free stuff in the hope of endorsements, it's best to let readers know about that relationship, whether you're recommended that advertiser's product. What if an advertiser lends me a product to review and I return it after my review is posted? Should I still make a disclosure? That might depend on the product and how long you are allowed to use it. For example, if you get a free use of a car for a month, we recommend a disclosure even though you have to return it. But even for less valuable products, it's best to be open and transparent. 2 months ago, I signed a 1-year contract with a company to promote its brand. Every time I've posted about the brand, I've disclosed my relationship. By now, my followers might have seen 8 disclosures that I'm working with the brand. Do I still have to disclose the relationship in every post going forward? Each new endorsement made without disclosure could be deceptive because viewers might not have seen the prior posts. A year ago, I was given a free $60 video game and nothing else in exchange for live streaming my gameplay. I still love the game and stream it. Do I still need to disclose that I got the game for free? How long it would be reasonable for you to make disclosures really depends on the expectations of your fans. After some period of time, it probably wouldn't matter to them that you got the game for free. If you're choosing to play a game a year after you got it for free, it probably means you truly do like it. The analysis would likely be different if asked instead of a $60 video game, you got a free $50,000 car and continued to post about it over the life of the car. I'm an influencer and a company sent me a free product which I posted about. If I buy more of the product with my own money and continue using it, can I post about it without disclosing that the company once sent me it for free? If you have an ongoing relationship with a brand, you should still disclose that relationship even if you go and buy the brand's products yourself. If you receive nothing but a free product to try and are now buying it with your own money, it seems unlikely that your viewers would care that you initially received the product for free. That said, transparency with your viewers is always a good choice. An example, a couple of months ago, XYZ gave me a free ABC, and I loved it so much that I keep buying it with my own money. In my social media posts, I mention or show products I use. If I say nothing positive about a product, is the post an endorsement covered by the FTC Act? Simply posting a picture or product on social media, such as on Pinterest, or a video of you using it, could convey, even without words, that you like and approve of the product. If it does convey that kind of positive message, the post is an endorsement. Of course, if you don't have any relationship with the advertiser, your posts aren't subject to the FTC Act, no matter what you show or say about the product. The FTC Act covers only endorsements that can be contributed to an advertiser or marketer. See, so if you're positive about it, there's still some little wiggle room. But it has to be determined whether or not it is connected to an advertiser or a marketer. In our case, we would be the marketers because we create the content for Amazon to be able to post on social media or have a readily available right there on Amazon itself through shoppable videos, shoppable pictures, collages, the Amazon Creator Ads Boost, if you're a part of that. Those are all ways that your content can be put out for you as a marketer. The advertisers would be the brands coming to us in exchange for promoting their product. It says to check out the link, but it doesn't have the hashtag ad or hashtag sponsored or anything like that right next to it. But that's because at the very top of this article, I've already got the disclosure that I'm an Amazon associate and I earn from purchases. Same with having it on the bottom of the page, on the footer. And then another good one is for an example right here with this product photo. Again, you can see that there is an overlay on the bottom that says affiliate link. That way it's clearly marked that that picture is in fact clickable and will take them to that product. Then you have this one here. This is a Facebook post. As you can see, there's information on the right for the main body of the picture, and it tells you to check the comments. Not that you could see the comment here because of it showing the most relevant rather than everything. There is in fact a product link and a disclosure there, such as this one here as another perfect example. Again, you see that the picture itself does not have any kind of hashtag ad or sponsored on it. It has the collage of the products, and then the disclosure is in the comment section with the product link. So I hope that this is helpful so you have a little bit better of an understanding of what you're supposed to be doing for your disclosures, where you're supposed to be doing your disclosures, and how you're supposed to be doing your disclosures. Again, the resource list that I have provided for you has links to all of the Amazon pages that you need to be familiar with, as well as the links to the FTC so you could see their endorsement guides for influencers and social media marketing and everything else, as well as some of the frequently asked questions like the ones that I read to you. All of this needs to be considered. You need to know these different aspects and requirements, because if you don't, you are taking a huge risk at getting yourself in a lot of trouble, either by having your account closed by Amazon or by the federal government taking you in a court setting and slapping you with a nice large fine. So, if you have any more questions, by all means, please feel free to drop them down below, and I or somebody else in the community will get back to you as soon as possible to help answer your questions.